All right, well, it's a Whiskey Wednesday. It's a weeded Whiskey Wednesday.
Weeded Whiskey
Yeah,
Wednesday.
so- Sweet weeded. We got sweet weed here tonight. So this is 1792. They have a nice lineup. They got a small batch bottle and bond. They have the full proof. They have a 12-year-old. They have the sweet wheat. They have a few others. So this is a Barton distillery product, which is owned by Sazerac, which owns Buffalo Trace, right?
A lot of them actually.
Yeah, so this is kind of a sister whiskey, if you will, to Buffalo Trace, the whole 1792 lineup. And so you're going to get a lot of similarities between that whiskey and Buffalo Trace, and on the weeded side here, you're going to get a similarity between some of the Buffalo Trace weededs, like Weller, for instance. So it's pretty good whiskey. We've had it over the years. Gopher, I think it was his favorite at one time.
Tried to look for it during the pandemic.
Yeah, it was. It
took me about 2 years to find it, and I found 2 bottles in Glassboro. Can't recall what the name of the store was.
And Jefferson's House of Whiskey wanted to sell you a bottle for $300.
$350.
Yeah, so I bought 2
Remember that?
bottles for $50. I think it was $50 too.
Yeah, when you got back from Kentucky.
And it was worth every penny. Second round was not as good. So
Yeah, so it's gone through a few different bumps in the road, and we have this is the latest version of it that you just got it recently, about a month ago or so, up at West Hampton. So Gopher and I gave a taste of it, and it definitely was better than the last batch we had last
I
year.
think we gave it more than a taste of it, because it looks
Yeah.
like we're halfway through.
Well, now we are, yeah. So quick hello to the fellows.
Happy Whiskey
Tonight we
Wednesday.
got just Mark there. We got Double B.
Right here in the house.
All right. Double B, ever have any 1792?
What's that?
You ever had any 1792?
The other bottle, so whatever.
The
you
small
said,
batch?
The other one, yeah.
Okay.
I
What'd you think of it?
just so.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I guess
That's sort of
5.5 to a 6, somewhere around there.
yeah, it's just their flagship.
Yeah, it's
It's a
just a
$30 bottle.
It's a nice $30 bottle. That's all.
This one is a little, well, obviously it's different because it's weeded. But other than that, it's a little bit higher proof, I believe, than what these bottles normally are.
I think this is only 90 proof, right?
Let's take a look. It's actually 91.2.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm off
so
by
just a little hair higher, I think, than the small batch would be at 90, I think. Not entirely sure, but anyway, so Gopher and I did hit the distillery there once while they still had tastings. They discontinued them.
Oh, that's a long time.
They had a nice tasting room. It was actually free, and
Wow.
Yeah.
didn't have any of this, but we had some 1792. We had some early times
Early times.
and a few other offerings. So let's get some initial impressions here on the 1792. What do you think, Just Mark?
The noses. It is sweet.
Yeah, don't call it sweet.
It's kind of a little floral, but I'm not sure exactly what kind of flower, but it's just little floral note there.
Okay.
It's definitely different than the most stuff I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different world. It's a whole different.
Yeah. I did enjoy when I started back whenever I did enjoy the weed. It's more. Then I really started getting into the ryes and the higher rye bourbons and stuff, and I really enjoy that now.
What do you think about the flavor?
Taste. It's got a little heat. It definitely tasting corn.
It's fine.
I think it's high in corn, like you were saying,
Mhm.
and it's
Well, more corn than wheat, we know that much.
Yeah, it's sweet, floral, I'm getting floral. I'm not getting a lot of, any complexity. It's pretty just like one note all the way through. It hasn't changed.
And I think
It's
it's
sweet from the beginning and
Mm-hmm.
all the way through, and it's just really still sweet now after just sweet.
I just remember it sticks in your tongue for a
But
while.
it's not overly sweet. It's not like a confectioner's or like that kind of candy or pastry or anything. It's just a nice sweet corn.
Okay. What do you think, Brian?
I don't know, when I first whiffed here, I'm getting like orange type of flavor. Is that sweetness? Is that what it's orange? It's kind of what I get when I first smell it.
Well,
but
it's the corn and the wheat that are making it sweet, but you're gonna get some
That's
different.
what I kind of get,
Yeah.
and when I taste it, it's very smooth for me. I mean, it goes down very well. And I just had Jefferson Ocean last night,
Yeah.
and I find it's almost comparable. And Jefferson Ocean is one of my favorites, and so I really like it. I mean, it's smooth. I don't need an ice cube for this,
No.
like we did the other nights.
Yeah,
We were talking about adding ice to it, and this goes down really smooth. I mean, I can
Yeah.
have a sip of this and
this is an easy, neat.
it goes down. I really get very little burn at all. Like I think last week or something like that, I felt it all the way down, you know,
Yeah.
and this is very smooth. To me, I honestly, I would give this an 8. I don't know the cost of it.
Well, it's
What's
on
the
the
cost?
numbers out. Holy
That's
moly.
well, if it impacts it all, it's right around $50.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will say
So-
it is hard to find
Maybe it's
at that
like-
price. All right, so we
It's
got
cheaper.
an early 8 from Brian. We'll go to the gopher.
So I love the smell of this. It actually smells like I always say, it smells like you drink sweet tea. Like, when your grandma used to make it when you were a little kid.
Grandmama.
But it's not as sweet as it when you drink it. It has, actually, this one's a little hotter than the first one we had. Oh yeah, it's a little, not the first one we had with you, I mean, the first time we had it. It's got a little more
Going back
heat
a
to
few
it.
years there.
Couple years ago. This has a little more heat to it. But it still has the same flavor. Oh my God, it sticks in your tongue. It's just like you just drank some iced tea with a lot of alcohol in it. Oh my God, it's fantastic. There is not much to it. Like basically it's corn and wheat, basically. And there's not much more to it. And it's a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, so I like this for I'm happy that they fixed it, I guess we'll say, because it was not definitely had changed from when we first had it to last year, where it was just really funky.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was not an enjoyable
tough to
experience.
drink,
So
actually.
I don't know if it was just a bad bottle or just a bad barrel or just a bad year. But this is much more like I remember it. Not necessarily what I had 4 or 5 years ago, but on par with that,
closer.
a lot closer. So yeah, I'm not disappointed in this bottle.
No.
Yeah, the nose on it, it is sweet. I do like kind of like an herbal tea note on there. It definitely makes you want to sip a little bit. I think I can buy what Brian's selling with the sort of orange marmalade type
Sweet.
of
Yeah.
sweetness. It's got some nice legs. I don't know if you can pick that
It
up.
does have legs.
Uh,
I saw it earlier.
And again, I get sort of that herbal tea taste as well. Not super sweet, but I get like a little butterscotch on the finish. It's got a little heat.
Yeah.
It's nothing overwhelming. It's very pleasant. I mean, it's I wouldn't call it really a hug, but just we'll call it a firm handshake at the end. So overall, it's pretty good. I'm happy. I'm happy that it found its place again.
So you think this is better than the first one we had? The first
No.
one I bought?
No, but it's definitely comparable.
Oh, it's getting.
I don't know that anything made in 2024 is as good as it was in 2017, 2018, 2019. It's just better.
You're just making it faster and not sitting in the barrel long enough, most likely.
I don't know,
But
but
it's a good bottle.
yeah,
It's a good bottle. You know what I think this needs? A little orange zest right on top of it or something. Needs a little something on
it's
it.
got a lot.
Yeah.
It has
zest
something,
going on. Yeah.
something.
After Brian said, I do get the orange zesty
Yeah,
kind of.
yeah. All right, so Brian got his rating in already. We'll go to
Yeah.
Mark and give us a ranking on this one.
It's not really something that I mean, I enjoy this, but it's something I probably wouldn't like actually buy myself. So I'm more, like I said, I'm more to the other,
No rye in it.
I'm more to the other end of the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
but this is really good. I mean, I'm gonna go 7.5.
Okay.
I do enjoy it. It's not
Mhm.
like anything over sweet or anything like.
I kind of like that number, actually. It's a good number. But I'm saying that we have our own spectrum on the bourbon. Is that wrong? I guess I was totally wrong.
Where are you going with that?
I
Yeah,
don't know.
All
let's
right.
say we have the
We have
spectrum.
a spectrum on bourbon.
How about a rating?
Yeah,
Oh, really? I'm on 7.3.
7.3. Okay, that's actually pretty high for you.
Yeah, no, it's high for me. I like the bourbon.
This is always Gopher's one of Gopher's favorites for sure. So I like this a lot. I was saying, I pretty much already told you I like the tea notes that it gives, a little orange, a little marmalade, a little butterscotch on the end. Not much of a hug, but that's okay. Don't expect much at 91.2. I think it said it was. So I just really, I like how drinkable it is.
Yep.
It's just so approachable. And the flavors you get on it are a little bit, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a one-hit wonder. I think the flavor is a little bit more intense than you get on most bourbons. It really hits me with that tea. That orange really hits me. That butterscotch really hits me on the finish. And I just think that it's got about 3 notes, and they're all pretty intense. And they work well together. So yeah, I like this. I'm gonna give this. I think I would have given the old bottle a 9.
Really, old bottle of 9.
The old
I'm
bottle.
impressed with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but
That was a great bottle.
this one, I think I'm still gonna give it 8.5.
Oh, you're not high, huh?
I like
Okay.
it. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
this
me
one.
too.
I like it
I
a
really
lot.
like it. To be called weeded, is there any categories that you asked to
It's
be called weeded, or is that just?
well,
buzzword?
it's a weeded bourbon. So let's be clear about that. It's a bourbon, so it meets all the criteria of a bourbon.
Sure.
To call it a weeded bourbon, you just have to use wheat in the mash. So it's got to be the secondary ingredient,
Gotcha.
right?
I would imagine.
Yeah, and it's very rare that you're going to see wheat and rye in a mash bill unless it's a 4 grain, and then it's usually very small amounts of one or the other. But there are 4 grains out there where they use corn, wheat, rye, and multiply in the same mash bill.
Well, I enjoyed it, whatever they did.
Yeah.
Man, it goes down really well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's going to do it for us.
Cheers,
good
guys.
bottle. Cheers.